Good morning. Just got started on the Redington-Lemmon Loop. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. It's supposed to be windy today, but it hasn't really kicked up yet. So the plan today is to go about maybe 50 or 60 miles. Taking it kind of easy today. It's not in any rush, taking 3 days. So still planning on camping somewhere this side of San Manuel. Beautiful morning. So I have about 20 miles on this Rillito River multi-use path. Curious to see how I do on the climb this time with the changes in the gear ratio. I really like this multi-use path. It's gradual uphill all the way, low use, no traffic. A very nice way to get through town. Anyway, I'll give you an update probably when I get to dirt. Hey there, if you like this video or the other content on my channel, how about hitting that subscribe button? And while you're down there, maybe hit the like button too. Or leave a comment about what you like, don't like, what you'd like to see, or just, you know, a general question. I really appreciate the support, helping get this channel off the ground, and appreciate that you're watching. Thanks so much. What's a cyclist's favorite word? Tailwind. Hope it stays this way. It's blowing me really nicely along the path. Making for a nice ride this morning. Done with the Rillito multi-use path. And now I'm headed towards Redington Pass. So that's what you see up ahead. It's kind of hazy out, you can kind of see that in the distance. Should be on dirt in a couple miles. Making really good time. There's a tailwind kind of pushing me along. So I should get to my campsite for tonight fairly early. Plenty of time to fuel up for tomorrow's ride. I probably might sleep in tomorrow morning. Let it warm up a little bit before I get on the road, but we'll see how I feel. So far feeling really good. I'm about to go over the top, crest the hill, and once I do that, then the view goes away. The top of the hill is just around that corner right there, and then a mountain wilderness, and yeah, I'll won't have this view, but I'll have some pretty good desert views. Not having any issues. Bike feels good, tires feel good, everything's feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna keep at it. Gila monster. Woohoo! Made it through all the rollers, heading down towards San Manuel now. I'm at, let's see, 44 miles. So it's only 1 o'clock, but I'm probably going to go another 10 or 15 miles and then set up camp, call it a day. But yeah, making good time. That wind is blowing. Boy, when it becomes a crosswind, it just about knocks me over. With the frame bag, it's like a big sail. It just wants to pick me up. I think I'm staying hydrated. No cramping issues. I did stop for lunch, had my second burrito, an orange, some pickles. So doing good, and continuing on. I'll probably talk to you at camp. So I'm cruising down the road, nice little descent, probably going 20-ish, and all of a sudden in the middle of the road, rattlesnake. I almost ran him over, but I was able to go past him, and then of course I had to turn around and take a picture of him because, you know, rattlesnake. He's just relaxing in the middle of the road. Somebody's going to run him over at some point. It's probably nice and warm there, but yeah, I missed him. Anyway, heading towards camp. I'm let's see, 53 miles in, so probably another 7 miles or so. Call it a day. That's it. Found my camp spot. I'm about 59 miles in. It's only 2:20, so fairly early, but I'm going to stick to the plan, which was do about 60 miles today and 40 miles tomorrow, and then finish it on Thursday. So But yeah, it was a good day. The tailwind definitely pushed me along way faster than I would have gone otherwise, and made really good time to get here. Feeling good. No issues to report. I'll probably just set up camp here and maybe talk to you after I get everything done. So I was just sitting down having some dinner, and I noticed a motion and turned and looked, and it's a Gila monster. I don't know if you can see it there. I think I'm spooking him. That was pretty cool. I'm about 9 miles from San Manuel. So I should get there fairly early, or it shouldn't take too long. Temperature's supposed to drop, so I may sleep in and get a late start tomorrow. I'm not in a big hurry. I'm only going maybe 40 miles. I'll get to the start of the Mount Lemmon climb and go up that for a little bit and see how I'm feeling, see what the weather's like. It's going to get really cold on top of Mount Lemmon tonight, tomorrow night. So I don't really want to be up there too high to camp, so it'll be a judgment call. But you know, it's I think the true climb is about 9 miles, and then it's a pavement descent back to Tucson, so it shouldn't take too long once I get to the top of Mount Lemmon. That'll be on Thursday. So tomorrow, you know, I got 40 miles out of the loop today, 60 miles total with the ride from my brother's house. So the loop is 110 miles. So if I do 40 miles tomorrow of the loop, then that means I have 30 miles left for Thursday, which includes the descent. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, feeling good. Feeling well fueled, hydrated. So. Not expecting any issues, and end of day one. It's been a good day. Wind's still blowing. It's expected to blow until about 9 p.m. And then earlier it showed that it was only going to be 8 miles an hour. Now it's showing 12 miles an hour, so I don't know what the wind's going to do tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, it's a loop, so if it keeps blowing in the same direction, it's going to be a crosswind tomorrow and then turn into a headwind as I turn towards Mount Lemmon. So might make the ride a little, or the climb a little harder than I might want, but we'll see. That's what bikepacking is. You kind of it's like Forrest Gump says, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. All right. second day of the Redington-Lemmon Loop. I did about 59 miles yesterday, planning on doing about 40 miles today, which should put me on the climb up to Mount Lemmon. So that would be about, let's see, that would be about 80 miles into a 110-mile loop, which means that Thursday I'd have 30 miles to finish the loop, and then the 20 miles along the Rillito River multi-use path to get back to my brother's house. I slept pretty good last night. It was windy, like super windy, until about 12:30ish, and then it calmed down quite a bit. So it was a little hard to get to sleep with the wind blowing against the tent. And then it got, I think it got down into the high 20s last night. It got pretty cold, so I had to put on some extra clothes to keep warm. And then I slept in this morning. I didn't get up until around 7ish. And it was the sun's up, and it warms up pretty quickly, so that wasn't too bad. I think it was actually colder in the tent than it was outside when I got up this morning. So I just finished packing up my camp, did my walk around to make sure I didn't leave anything, no little scraps of trash or anything. This is a really nice spot to camp. It was very quiet last night, other than the wind, of course. And yeah, it was. I read a book for a little while. I had quite a bit of time, yesterday, since I got here so early, to just kind of relax, rehydrate, get some food in me. Had a decent breakfast this morning. Some apple Pop-Tarts and a couple of granola bars and coffee with some latte mix in it. So that was 120 calories in the coffee. I'm 9 miles from San Manuel. I think it's a 3% climb pretty much all the way there. And then there's a gas station where I'll refill some bottles. I don't know that I'll fill all of my bottles, because I can refill at the Pepperdine campground. There's supposed to be water there. So I may just fill my Camelback in my 32-ounce bottle, and then fill my 64-ounce bottles when I get to the campground. And I think it's mostly going to be climbing today. I think in terms of climbing, today and tomorrow are going to be the really challenging parts. Yesterday was fairly flat. It's a little bit of a climb from my brother's house all the way to the start of the climb at Redington Pass. And then it's kind of rolling hills with some really punchy hills across the top. And then there's a nice descent down to where I'm at now. So yesterday wasn't really hard in terms of climbing. I'm expecting today to be almost all climbing. I don't think, looking at the profile, I don't think there's a whole lot of descending. There might be a few flat spots, but I don't think there's a whole lot of descending. And then tomorrow, of course, is a 9-mile climb, pretty steep, up to the top of Mount Lemmon, and then a 20-mile descent back to Tucson, which will be really nice. So that's the plan. Guess I'll get back on the bike. Well on my way for day 2. I'm about 17 miles. I did stop in San Manuel and refilled my water. So I think I have less than 5 miles-ish to get to Pepper Sauce Campground. And I'm looking forward to it because I want to wash my face. There's supposed to be water there, so I'll refill water again there. May rinse my shirt off because it's pretty sweaty. Anyway, I just got to the Arizona Trail where the Redington-Lemmon Loop intersects the Arizona Trail. Leo Wilcox is actually out on the Arizona Trail right now doing an individual time trial. She started yesterday. Don't know how far along she is, but that's kind of cool. So she'll be passing through this spot probably sooner than later, I would imagine. She's pretty quick. So, but having a good day so far, taking it easy. I'm only planning on doing 40 miles, 17-ish into it so far. It's not even noon yet. Taking quite a few breaks, relaxing, and just taking my time. I'm not in a hurry. So, like I said, today is kind of a slow, easy pedal day. I'm not going to get my heart rate up too high at any point. Tomorrow morning is going to start with a 9 or 10 mile climb up to Summerhaven. It's supposed to be pretty steep, so I want to kind of use today as a recovery, relaxed day. It is a pretty constant 2 to 4% climb today, and there have been a couple spots where you go down and flat spots, but for the most part today is just a gentle slow, gentle climb. So I'm not in any hurry. I'm just taking my time and going slow. And I'll get there when I get there, because, you know, I have all day. All right, I'm gonna get back on the bike. Just finished lunch at the Pepper Sauce Campground. They have a water spigot here, so I was able to refill all my bottles, refill my Camelback. I haven't filled that bottle yet. I just finished eating lunch, so I'll fill that before I get back on the trail. But I've been here for half an hour or so, just relaxing, eating a sandwich, some chips, some salt and vinegar chips, some peanut M&Ms, dark chocolate, and just relaxing. I did wash my shirt, so all the salt stains are gone. It's not quite as crusty. And I washed gloves, my sun sleeves, so everything's feeling really good. The wind is actually feeling really nice on the sun sleeves since they're a little damp from being washed. I think I'm at almost 23 miles. I might go a little bit past 40. Again, it's kind of a judgment call, because I think Summerhaven on the top of Mount Lemmon is expected to get down to 22 tonight. So I don't want to go too far up and you know, freeze overnight. So I'll take it easy on the climb, stop when I think it's getting a little bit too high in elevation, and set up camp. So far it's been a good ride. Not too hard. There's you know, gentle climbs most of the way here, a couple punchy climbs, but not too bad. This is a beautiful campground. I may talk to my dad and see if he wants to come camp here. It's you know, it's got water available, it's all treed. Pretty nice. Anyway, I'm gonna pack everything back up, throw away my trash, and get back on the bike. Quick maintenance stop. I was coming down a descent and my rear brake lever went all the way to the handlebar and didn't slow me down. So switched from hydraulic brakes to manual brakes. So I'm learning a little bit about them. And I've been out on a few good rides with some descents. So I think the brake pads were just wearing a little bit, and there may have been some cable stretch in the cables. But these have TRP spike manual brakes on them. So, and there's an adjustment that you can take a 3mm right here and just tighten the brake pads closer to the rotors. So I stopped and I did both front and rear. The fronts weren't completely to the handlebar yet, but they were getting a little bit loose. So I know that tomorrow I'm going to have a pretty big descent on pavement, and having no brakes would not be fun. So I do have spare brake pads with me, so if I wear these out, I can swap in a new pair. But I think at this point it was just you know, new bike, new cables, maybe a little cable stretch, and everything's good now. So, all right, I'm at my campsite, day 2. I only went about 35 miles today. It wasn't going to be a hard day today. So I found this nice little maintenance outcrop, I guess it is. They dug away part of the hill, so it's sheltered from the wind. It is getting a little windy again today. It was nice most of the day. I had a tailwind, and it was fairly light. It wasn't really strong like yesterday. And then where I have my tent situated, it's out of the wind, so you can see it there. Nicely protected. I am really close to the road, so a number of trucks have gone by already. So hopefully that tapers down overnight, because it is a dusty road. Tonight I'm gonna have some tortillas with beans and green chilies, and maybe some pickles. So that's all lined up, ready to eat. And yeah, I'm gonna probably get up tomorrow around the same time that I got up today. I'm not in a huge hurry. I'm expecting tomorrow to be hard in the morning, 9-mile climb up to Summerhaven. Fairly steep grade, I believe. I'm not positive. It should. So far, it's been like in the 4 to 6% range, so it hasn't been horrible. I don't know. It tapers up the last 9 miles, so it may be steeper than that. But I haven't had to do any hike-a-bike, so the gearing on my bike is perfect. And I think I've hit all the marks I wanted to on this ride. I wanted to verify that the bike's dialed in, that the wheels are good. Haven't had any wheel issues, no flats. Tires are staying inflated. Boy, that was frustrating at the Monumental Loop. So been able to roll pretty good. There are some things that I think I've decided I'm not going to take on the Tour Divide. I have a blend jet, which is a luxury item. I have smoothies, dehydrated smoothies that are pretty tasty, but they take a lot of space and they're not very calorie dense. So I won't be taking the blend jet. Won't be taking my stove, I've decided, because I do like hot coffee and I do like hot soup, but it's weight and it's just you know, something else that I probably don't really need. I can eat cold stuff just fine. And I think I'm not going to bring a spare set of cycling clothes. I've done that on almost every trip and I've never had to use it, so maybe this will be the time that I get jinxed and, you know, really need something and not have it. But I think as long as I'm careful with my clothes and keep them washed, I will have my night clothes, my change of clothes with me. That comes in really handy. I have some lightweight sweats that I use at night, and when it's cold out I put those on and it keeps me warm between that and my Nemo blanket quilt. So if you want to see the inside of my tent, I have a cot, my Helionox cot. I will be taking that because it helps me sleep at night. It's very comfortable. I also carry a air mattress, a Nemo air mattress, and I use that on top. If it's cold out, then the air mattress provides some insulation and keeps me warm. If it's hot out, then I don't use the air mattress, and the cot actually acts like a little air conditioner. The air comes up underneath and keeps me cool, so it's works out really well. So yeah, I think that's it for tonight. I'm gonna have my dinner, maybe read a book for a little while. It's 5 o'clock now, so still a few hours before sundown. I checked Google Maps and I am 9 miles away from Summerhaven, which is what I had planned. So tomorrow is going to be 9 miles up and then a 20-mile descent back down to Tucson, and then I get on the multi-use path again for another 20 miles, which is slightly downhill to my brother's house. So tomorrow is going to be right around 50 miles. But most of it is downhill. It should be, you know, other than that first 9 miles. So I may get to Summerhaven and have breakfast there. I'll probably have something when I wake up in the morning just to, you know, keep me fueled for that climb. But then honestly, I'm expecting it to be a fairly quick ride back to Tucson. So yeah, that's it. It's been a good trip. It's been a very successful trip. Got my climbing legs are coming back. I think I'm on the right path to be ready for the Tour Divide. So feeling good. Woohoo! final day of the Redington-Lemmon Loop. I'm 9 miles, I mentioned it last night, but I'm 9 miles from Summerhaven. Just finishing packing up my campsite, having some coffee. Beautiful morning. Didn't get nearly as cold as I thought it might last night. I did wear my puffy and my sweats, so I never really got too cold. And I woke up, I expected it to be cold this morning, and had actually pulled out all my cold weather stuff. But I'm not going to need it. It's really quite a nice morning. So plan is to get up to Summerhaven, maybe stop and get some real food for breakfast. I just finished my bikepacking breakfast, which is some Pop-Tarts, some granola bars, some pistachios. What else did I eat? Some Fig Newtons. So, you know, real healthy stuff. Just getting some calories in the body. So help me get up that hill. Really enjoy this loop. It's gorgeous out. The views are stunning. If you get a chance to ride this loop, I recommend it. Feeling really good. I slept well. My body battery, according to my Garmin, is at 100%. So fully charged. It says I got an hour and 35 minutes of deep sleep, which is very unusual for me. Usually I get maybe 30 minutes of deep sleep at night. So I slept really good. Should have a good ride up to the top of the hill. Yeah, it's let's see, it's 7:20. So getting out of here a little bit earlier. There is some traffic this morning. I don't know, there's a company that must be doing work on top of the hill from the fire maybe. But a number of trucks came through last night right around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So they were finishing their job, and now they're coming back up. They started, the first one showed up around 5:30, woke me up, and then it's just been, you know, every 5-10 minutes a truck has gone by. So hopefully, you know, around 8 o'clock-ish, I would imagine that traffic would stop as, you know, the guys get up to where they're working. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. Good day. All right, talk to you later. I'm about 5 miles-ish, 4.5 miles to Summerhaven. I decided to get off the bike and do a little hike-a-bike. This is a training ride. 2 reasons. One, my heart rate was getting a little high. And second, I did want to practice some hike-a-bike on some of the steeper grades, just because I know I'm going to be doing that on Tour Divide. So it kind of makes sense to get off the bike and push up the hills. So you work the upper body a little bit, and it's good practice. So I'm probably going to need to stop here and refill my bottle in a minute anyway. It's almost empty. I have another 32 ounces left. Should be plenty to get me up to the top of the hill. Whew, steep. It says it's 11% right here. That's some hard pushing. All right. Well, luck would have it, I ran across a stream that actually has some water in it. So I stopped here to filter one 64-ounce bottle just to make sure I have enough to get me to the top. I'm after 2019, where I got Giardia on the Tour Divide, I'm pretty cautious. I use all purification methods. So start with a Catadine Hiker Pro pump, and then I have Catadine water purification tablets also in there, and then I follow up with a SteriPen. I do 2 cycles of the SteriPen, and then I don't drink the water for half an hour so that the purification tablets can do their thing. I just don't want any kind of microbial to get through. The water it does have a little bit of sediment in it, but not too bad. It was pretty clean in the pool that I pulled it from. So I'll fill my drinking bottle here in a few minutes because it's empty, but I'm not planning on drinking out of it for at least a little while. I did have 32 ounces still in the bottle, so I drank all of that before I filtered. So I'm fairly well hydrated. I don't think I need to drink too soon. but I am much more comfortable knowing now that I have, 64 ounces to get me up to the top of the hill. I think I'm on the hard climb now. It's 7 to 10%. So I'm probably going to do some hike-a-bike just to kind of practice and not wear my legs out too much. I am able to ride all of this, so that's good news on the gearing. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning, nice and warm, and got plenty of water to get me to the top, and I'm getting close. I'm probably 4 miles away, so I'll just take it slow and steady. All right, made it to the top. Let's see, it's 11:20, so that took me, what, about 4 hours? Kind of what I was expecting, just slow and easy. I did do some hike-a-bike, partly to bring my heart rate down and partly to practice for the Tour Divide, because it is a skill. You use more of your upper body. But yeah, it was good morning. It's going to be a fast descent down to Tucson. I think I'm still maybe 1.5 miles from Summerhaven, but I'm at the top of the climb, I think. There might be a little bit more, but not much. So overall, yeah, it looks like about 1/4 mile, and then according to the profile, it curves down. So gonna stop in Summerhaven, have some lunch, and then finish this ride out. Yeah, it's good times. On the descent down to Tucson. Woohoo! The Redington-Lemmon Loop is officially complete. I'm on the multi-use path now, my bonus miles. 20 miles left to get back to my brother's house. Had a really fast descent down Mount Lemmon. I think it took less than an hour. Took a long time this morning to get up to the top. Had a good lunch. Feeling pretty good. So I'm just going to take my time. No rush to get back to Leo's. It's only 2:30 in the afternoon. It's a little warm down here, but I may stop to get a drink somewhere along the way with some ice, just to cool down. But for the most part, it's just going to be a gentle, easy ride back along the multi-use path. And yeah, it's a good trip. Good trip. Slept good. Had some good camping spots. Beautiful scenery. If you get the chance to do the loop, you should do it. I do recommend taking the 3 days like I did, just to take your time and kind of enjoy everything, and gives you a chance to really just stop at places and just check things out. But yeah, so that's it for this trip. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing next. See ya!